Kia ora, I'm Sharon Holt and I'm the author and publisher of Te Reo Sing-Along books. I started doing them in 2011 and as of the date of this video we've got 11 books in the series. We've got a couple more coming out in the next few months, so it's a really big ongoing thing, very exciting for us. And I've realised over the years that there's a few things that would help teachers with using the books, and one of them is how to actually use a Te Reo Sing-Along book, because just because I know how to do it doesn't mean you know how to do it. So let's just start with that one today. So I've got a couple of examples here, Me Haere and Kōrero Mai. So each book has its own CD at the back. So the CD turns this book into a song. So you've got the CD there for each book, and it's only one song and it's that book, that song. So you've got that at the back. Some of the books have information at the back and some have them at the front. So I'll do the example with Me Haere, which has the information at the back mainly. Okay, so at the back of most of the books there's a little, what I call a glossary of the new words that occur in that book. There's an English translation always, and then there's the guitar chords, and in the ones that have the information at the back, which I'll explain shortly, there's a Try These Ideas page. And this is really important, and I'll be talking about this on a different DVD, about what I really want you to think about, that these are much more than just a fun song to do on the mat. How to incorporate the ideas from each book according to the curriculum, Te Whāriki, and what you need to do to extend this into your program to get the children and the teachers speaking more Te Reo Māori. So, as I said, some of the books are probably about the first 4 at the moment, have, or 5 perhaps, have got all of that at the back because I thought that was a good idea at the time. But then I found out that some teachers didn't actually find it, so they probably got to the back of the book at the last page and thought, oh yay, excellent, and then closed the book and hadn't turned to see the rest. So then I thought, okay, let's put the information at the front of the book so it's easier to see. So here's how to tell if it's at the front or the back without looking. If the book has a strip down the side here saying what it includes, the CD, the English, the activity ideas, the glossary and the guitar chords, then it's definitely at the front. And as we reprint the books, they'll all turn into that. But if you've got a slightly older version, like this one, it's at the back. So what I did with the ones when I've got all that at the front is I added a new section called A Message from the Author and One Way to Use the Book. I'll talk about that in a minute. The follow-up ideas are at the front here. Each book has its own follow-up ideas. So each book, the ideas are relevant to that particular theme, those words and that story. This one's also got a little bit of a glossary. Some of the books don't have a glossary because it doesn't suit that book. Matariki, I think, doesn't have a glossary, and the Waitangi book doesn't. They have about Matariki and about Waitangi. English, and in the case of these ones, go straight into the song, and at the back we've still got the guitar chords and the CD. So that's a roundabout how to sort of work your way around the books. And the other thing that I just wanted to explain is the how to use. So the how to use section, if you've got one of the recent books, will always be there. So what I'm saying with the how to use them is what you can do if you're not very confident with Māori language and you've never come across the books before, to ease yourself into it. Of course, you could just have a group of children, the book turns up, yay, a Te Reo Sing-Along book has arrived, put on the CD, turn to the page and just listen to the music, turn the pages and see how you go. You could do that, or if you want to just be a little bit more confident as you go along, these are the instructions. I'm just going to read them for you now. This is just one idea. This is how I would do it if I wasn't very confident. So have a look at the English translation as the first instruction. So that's the English translation in this particular book here. So have a look at it and see what those words actually are going to mean. in almost every book, it's really self-explanatory because each of the sentences is repetitive. So there's not going to be very many things that change per page, maybe one, maybe two words in most of the books. So once you know that it's this sentence structure, you know that it's going, you can kind of work out from the pictures what the words are. So you don't have to memorize the words, you just have to kind of internalize the theme of the book and you'll be fine. So have a look at the words, then look through the pictures, keeping those words in mind, and then listen to the CD and look through the pictures again. So this is all as a staff or in your own time as a teacher alone, doing those kind of things. So easing yourself into it, so then you've got the words and the pictures and then the music, and that will really make you feel more confident as you go along. I don't think you should worry about pronouncing the words yet or looking at the words on the pages and seeing if you can pronounce them. It's really important to listen to the singer. She's pronouncing them really well, and that's what you need to do, is copy what she is saying. Because if you look at these words, you might think this says co, but it's actually core, and so it's really important to listen. That's how children learn. That's how children learn how to pronounce English or whatever their mother tongue is. And so when we're learning Te Reo Māori, we have to do that too. So it's really important not to try and read the words. As you go through the pages, try and listen to the song and copy what you are hearing, just as you would with a song on the radio. When you listen to a song on the radio and after about 10 times you know those words, you probably have never looked at the lyrics. It's easier because it's in your language, but it's exactly the same with Te Reo Māori and Te Reo Sing-Along books. So then on point 5, I've got start using the book with the children. I really suggest looking through the books with the children, and one at a time, and what I want you to think about is to only look at it as a picture book with no words, no music or anything, and get the children to using that inquiry method to predict, oh, what do we think this is about? Treat it as you would another kind of book where you're trying to figure out, what do we know about this book from the pictures? And that's a really good way to get the children on board initially as well. So once you've done that, and they've predicted what they think it's about, then what you can do, because you know what it's about, you've read the English translation, and then clarify whatever things they haven't quite got right about that, clarify what it is, put the CD on, play the CD with the book, maybe as a listening experience then. And your confidence and the children's confidence will grow as you do that, maybe once or twice, and then probably more quickly than you, the children will start to sing along. You will then start to sing along. The meaning of each page will be clear to everyone, and you'll be able to really enjoy the book and get the most from it. You don't have to do that, but that's what I would do. And if I was using these books as a teacher, if I was in a early childhood centre or in a school, I would be doing that, and I would be becoming an expert in one book at a time. If you've got 5, 6, 10 teachers, each of them could become an expert in one book at a time, and I really recommend that because there's 11 in the series now, soon 12, 13, 14. People want more, so I'm going to keep doing it. So you can't be an expert in all of those books at once. So it's a really good idea to get one person in the team. They'll have an affinity with one book. Somebody will love animals, and somebody will love vehicles, and somebody will really have an affinity with the Waitangi one. So get each person to really know that book inside out, upside down, and to be able to be the person who can take that book forward, do lots of ideas, extend it into the program, and then when they're doing it, you'll learn from them as well. So that's my suggestions for how to use Te Reo Sing-Along books. Hopefully that will be helpful to you.